All right, what's up, guys? I'm here making another acid story. My last fucking story was shit. Not at all happy with how it came out. I didn't get that great of fucking reviews or views. So, I thought I'd just come back with another acid story because, you guys liked the first one. This one's a little fucking different. It's a time that me and two of my homies pretty much almost fucking died. I think they almost died for sure. I don't know. You'll hear the fucking story and then you'll understand. But so this story starts, it's like a Saturday, and I'm going to call this friend. So I'm going to call, there's two friends in this story. I already said that. I'm going to call one of them, I'm going Trailer Park Boys here, fuck it. I'm calling one of them Corey, and I'm calling one of them Trevor. So it starts, me and Corey are going to go to fucking Trevor's house and do some acid. Like we always do. Like at this point, like you guys heard the story of me doing acid for the first time. After that, I ended up doing a lot more acid with the homies, and it was like an every weekend thing, like we'd go over, it'd be like 5 or 6 of us, we'd all do acid together in the homies' basement, and fucking, we, like, it in Trevor's basement, like, it was always, we'd go over to Trevor's house every single time we did this, and we would all just get a bunch of weed, do some acid, and just hang out all night and smoke blunts and like talk about stupid shit. So it was like, this was normal. Like this was nothing new. We do this all the fucking time. So me and Corey, we link up, and like we're gonna go get the acid before we go to Trevor's house for the night. So we go back to that one spot that I got the shit from the first time, because, it was like a recurring spot. You'll probably hear more about it in more stories I tell. But so, like, we go down to this spot, and we're looking around for a plug, because everybody's a plug there. But it's always like, I don't want to trust a sketchy fucking plug or anything like that. I don't want to get some weird shit. So we're looking around, and then Trevor, like, had somebody that he was already trying to buy from that was down there. So he was, like, telling us to go to him. So we were like, all right, like you're the homie. We always trip together, so you should, like you would know, right? Like, you should know that this shit is not some fucking boom shit. So fucking, we go down, we're looking around, we're like trying to figure out who to buy from. We're trying to figure out who the fuck Trevor knows, like who Trevor's like connect is down there or whatever. And we spent about like 10, 15, 20 minutes down there just like looking around, waiting. And eventually we meet up with this like Mexican dude. And fucking, he sells us these tabs, and they're like Family Guy, or I think they were like Marmaduke fucking comic strips or some shit like that. But fucking, like that's what the tabs look like, at least. But it was fucked up because right when we buy these tabs, I look over to the right, and the guy that we like always buy acid from is sitting right there. And I'm just like, fuck, man, we should have got it from him. But we already paid this guy. We have the acid. It's like, we're not going to ask for our fucking money back. So we just take the shit. We start walking back. We go to the train station. We get on the train. We call up Trevor. We're like, all right, bro, we got the acid. We're about to come over. I had some weed. Harper had some weed. Trevor had some fucking weed. Fucking, yeah, I fucked up there. I called him by the real fucking name. But fucking, so Corey had some fucking weed. We all had weed. And we're fucking like, so we're on the train, and we're actually calling up other homies to see if they want to come hang out that night. We're like, it was only me, Corey, and Trevor, so we were like, it's just going to be us 3. So usually it's like 5 or 6 of us, so let's try to get some other homies there. But nobody was really trying to pull up and hang out, I guess. I don't fucking know why, but honestly, it was a good luck for them. It was good fucking fortune for them that they didn't end up coming. So we're on the train, we get off the train, we walk to like maybe the mile or so from the train station to Trevor's house, and we're like, we get there and we're just kind of chilling for a little bit. We didn't take the acid like right away. We kind of just hung out and talked a little bit. And then eventually we're all like, all right, let's just drop this acid right now. Like, enough fucking waiting and shit. Because we were waiting for Trevor's parents to, like, go out and do something so we could drop the acid, wait for it to hit us by the time they get back, and then by the time they get back, we'd already be good. Like, we're not coming up anymore. We're just tripping and we're chilling. But that didn't end up happening, so we were kind of just like, fuck it, let's just take them right now so we don't, like, end up being up till, like, 5 in the morning. And I think it was about, like, it was probably, like 5 or 6 in the afternoon at this point. Like, you know, it's getting dark and it's the summer and everything. So we take the acid, and I remember Corey, like, took an Adderall or something. Like, I think I sold him an Adderall. I don't know. But he wanted to buy an Adderall. Yeah, no. I sold him an Adderall because he wanted to buy an Adderall from me, and I had an Adderall prescription at the time. So I sold him, like, one Adderall pill. It was like a 10 milligram extended release Adderall prescription pill. And so I sold it to him for, like, $5-10. Probably $5 because he's the bro. But, so, Corey fucking, I didn't know this, but he ends up taking that Adderall at the same time that we all take the acid. And so I don't know what happened to him, but he kind of just, like, it was really weird. Like, they both started disassociating, like, really, really, really fast. Like, and it wasn't just, like, some acid shit. It was like, nigga, you are not there anymore, bro. Like, I can't speak to these fucking people. But, like, it started slow too. Like, fucking Corey's, like, sitting there, and fucking, he keeps asking us. He's like, bro, he's like, are we gonna have a bad trip, bro? He's like, what if I have a bad time? And I'm just sitting there looking at him. I'm like, bro, if you keep saying you're gonna have a bad time, you're definitely gonna have a bad fucking time. So I'm kind of like, I'm trying to calm him down, and I'm like, well, and also, like, the fact that he's talking about how it's gonna suck is, like, not making it any better for either of us. And I'm just kind of like, dude, just fucking chill. Like, it's not gonna be that bad. And so, like, we sit there for, like, an hour or two, and Corey's kind of just fucking freaking out still. And fucking, I don't, like, it's kind of hazy, but I remember we're sitting there, and we're trying to watch, like, I don't even remember. I don't know what the show's fucking called, but that show with the fucking, like, French fried nigga and the fucking, like, super powered fast food characters or whatever. We're watching that shit. And, like, it just kind of all started at once. But, so fucking Trevor's, like, sitting on the couch, and he's like, he hasn't said anything for an hour. And I, like, kind of noticed it after, like, that hour, because I was fucked up too, so I was kind of just chilling. I wasn't paying attention. But eventually I look over, I'm like, yo, bro, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, bro, I'm good. But he doesn't seem like he's good. He's like, he said it like he was just trying to make me not worry about him. And I was like, but I could fucking tell. I was like, oh shit, something's not going right here. And fucking Corey's still, like, freaking out. He's kind of, like, having these, like, mini panic attacks and shit. And I'm just like, fuck, man, am I gonna be the only one that's normal tonight? But fucking, so we're like sitting, and then eventually Trevor, like, turns off the show, and he's like I could tell he was, like, the light was giving him a fucking really bad headache. Like he wouldn't move off of the couch. He was just, like, sitting on the corner of this, like, L-shaped couch down in the basement with us, and he's laying on the headrest, and he's just kind of sitting there, and he turns the show off, and then turns on some, like, 21 Savage on SoundCloud or some shit, and fucking, he's just sitting there, and he looks like his head's fucking spinning, like he's about to throw the fuck up. And I'm like, bro, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I just need to, like, sit here for a little bit, you know, just kind of chill out. I'm like, all right, bro, just, like, let me know if you need anything. Like, don't hesitate. Don't just, like, sit there and suffer. Just, like, talk to me. And he's like, yeah, bro, I got you. And fucking, so, like, I didn't notice that the lights were fucking with him until, like, a little bit after he started tweaking about, like, the show and, like, the shit. Because when he turned on the music, he, like, put the laptop at, like, half screen. So the light, he couldn't see the light. But the light in the room was still on. And he was just fucking, he's just sitting there. And then out of fucking, like, and Corey's still, like, freaking out this whole time. Like, he has not stopped. He's just like, bro, are we going to be okay? He's like, I feel like I'm having a bad trip. And I'm like, you probably are having a bad trip if you keep fucking talking about it. But, so, like, we're sitting there, and, like, Corey's still freaking out. And then Trevor's just sitting there. He's like, leaning back on the headrest, or on the armrest of the fucking couch. And he's, like, kind of sitting up a little bit. Or I couldn't tell. Like, he's not, like, sitting, like, he's fucking, like, laying, but he's, like, looking forward. It looked really fucking uncomfortable. And he, like, just looks at me, and then just fucking throws up all over himself. And I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And fucking, so I'm looking at this kid, I'm like, dude, what the fuck just happened to you? And he's still not saying anything to me. Absolutely nothing. He will not say a word. He's just like, he keeps, like, shrugging at me. He's like, I'm good. And I'm like, bro, you're not fucking okay. You just, like, threw up on yourself and you're just laying in it. And fucking, so, and then fucking, like, right when Trevor throws up, this makes Corey freak the fuck out. He's like, holy shit, bro. Trevor just fucking threw up on himself. He's gonna fucking die. Like, we gotta do something about this. And then after Trevor throws up, he's like, don't look at the light, like a fucking vampire. He's like, don't look at the light, bro. And then that's when I figured it out. I was like, oh, that's why he fucking threw up, because the light, it was like a yellow light bulb. So the yellow light was 100% fucking with his eyes and, like, giving him fucking, like, it was making him fucking dizzy, and that's why he had to throw up. Plus, it wasn't good acid, so it was, like, just not a good mix. So, like, right when he says that, I get up and I turn off the light. Corey doesn't know what the fuck is going on right now. Like, he's not in the same dimension as us anymore. He fucking, like, he keeps getting up and turning the light back on, and he's like, dude, Trevor just threw up. Like, what do we do? He's gonna fucking die. And I'm like, no, he's not gonna die, bro. He just needs the light off because his head really fucking hurts. And I go and I, like, because his bathroom sink in the basement was, like, broken, so I fucking got water out of the shower and I bring it to him. I bring it to Trevor. I'm like, dude, drink this water. You need water. And I, like, force him to drink some water. And then, like, Corey's still freaking out. He's like, he keeps asking me the same question. He's like, bro, what do we do about Paxton? And I'm like, bro, you need to turn the light off. And, like, because every time he asks me, he gets up off the couch, walks over to the other side of the room and turns the light back on. And he's like, dude, we have to do something. And I'm like, we are doing something right now. Like, just fucking get him water and sit him here. Because also at this time, we're all in, like, this is, like, sophomore year of high school. None of our parents know that we're doing this shit. We're all kind of like, fucking, I don't want to get in trouble for this. And it was, like, one of those things where I was like, I could tell that he was gonna be okay if he just kind of sat down and fucking, like, wrote it out, drank some water, and just tried to calm down. But fucking Corey's, like, over here getting up and freaking out about him. And he's like, he goes over to Trevor and shakes him. He's like, bro, are you okay, bro? He's like, you're gonna die, bro. And Trevor's like, dude, stop fucking shaking me. Like, that's not making it any better. He doesn't say this, but it's clearly on his face. He's like, bro, please stop. And I grab Corey. I'm like, dude, get off of him. Like, just leave him alone right now. Just let him fucking chill. And then he starts freaking out more after that because he thinks that I'm just, like, trying to let him die. In reality, I'm trying to keep all of us, like, fucking in this basement undetected from his fucking parents. I'm like, bro, we have to fucking just, like, take care of each other. I'll make sure everything's okay. Nobody's gonna fucking die tonight. That was my whole mentality at that point. I was just like, I gotta take care of these niggas. Like, I can't even fucking, like, have fun anymore. I just have to take care of them. And fucking, it gets to this point where Corey's, like, continuously still getting up, turning the light on, asking the same question. I get up, walk him over to the couch, sit him down, walk over, like, I turn the light off, walk him over to the couch, sit him down. I'm like, yo, just chill. It's gonna be okay. Just keep the light off. 5 seconds later, he gets back up and does it again, and I have to do the same shit. And I'm just like, dude, stop. I'm like, you don't, like, I wasn't trying to get mad, because I like had to understand that they were in a totally different fucking mindset, but I was kind of like, dude, please, I'm also fucked up. I can't fucking babysit you guys like 100% right now, and one of you is literally throwing up on themselves and you're freaking out. And I like totally forgot he took that I didn't know he took that Adderall actually until like after this all fucking happens. So that, I'm pretty sure that's why he was freaking out. And I didn't know this either, but I was wearing like a Jaws t-shirt, so apparently he thought that he was getting attacked by fucking sharks from my shirt. That's what he told me, which is, I don't know, I guess that happens to people. But so, but like and so like he keeps doing this shit, and then eventually he gets to the point where I sit him down, and he's like freaking out at me, like I told you guys, like he's freaking out. He's like, bro, you don't care? I'm like, dude, I do care. I'm just trying to fucking keep this low key and not freak anybody out. And he's like, nah, bro. And like he's like, and then it gets really fucked up. Like he starts like running like through the basement, like back and forth, like it's a weird basement. Like if you can imagine it, there's like the kitchen upstairs, and then there's a staircase that goes down, and then imagine you walk down this staircase, directly to your right there's like a bedroom, a laundry room, and a bathroom, like right to the left. And then you walk forward from the stairs and there's another door, and through that door is like this living room space with like the couch and the TV where we're at. And Corey's like running like through this door between like the living room area and the like kind of, you know, the midway section where the bathroom and everything is. He's running through that into the bathroom and then back out and then like into the room again. And he's fucking like running, and he like it gets like more intense every time he comes back. He like runs in. The first time it was kind of just like a sprint. I was like, all right, bro, you're just being high. And then he kept doing it. He kept doing it over and over and over again. He didn't stop. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I was like, it looks like this nigga's possessed. And fucking, he's like running back and forth and shit. And I'm like, I kind of started noticing that I was sweating a lot, and I was really dehydrated, and I felt like shit. And I was looking at my friend who just threw up on himself, and my friend who's literally having a fucking psychological fucking meltdown. And I'm like, I'm fucking next, right? I'm like, nigga, they fucking went. I'm next, right? So now I'm just sitting here like, all right, I gotta nurse them back to fucking like to existence again. And then I gotta fucking keep myself alive. So now I'm in the bathroom, like getting water out of the fucking shower and drinking a whole water bottle every single time I fucking like come back. Like, it's fucked up. I'm drinking like an obsessive amount of fucking water. And it gets to the point where I'm kind of like, all right, I just gotta like sit down and fucking calm down right now. And I'm like, Corey's still running back and forth through the basement. He doesn't stop once. And I sit down. I'm like, I just need to calm down real quick. I just need to collect my fucking thoughts and like chill, because there's a lot going on right now at this point. And I'm laying on the couch. Like I lay down, I put my head on the armrest just to fucking lay there and chill. And I kind of go on my phone. I just start looking through Snapchat. I start texting people and like shit. And I didn't tell anybody what was going on, because I was like, this seems like a kind of a private fucking matter right now. But so I'm laying on the couch, and he runs like 2 inches away from the couch where I'm sitting, where my fucking face is. And then he like pivots immediately, runs back through the door into the bathroom, and I just hear him like leap into the fucking wall. Like he tried to like jump through the wall, because he was like in the dark, and he's like, where are you? And I'm like, bro, I'm in here. I'm in the fucking living room. And he's like, what, bro? And so he tries to jump through the fucking wall to get me. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And he's like climbing on top of the fucking like the washer and dryer and trying to jump through the fucking wall. So I like walk into the bathroom and I grab him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, you gotta calm down. And he's like, and he looks at me and he's like, no, bro. He's like, no. He's fucking, it was so fucking weird. It was like he wasn't even there anymore. It was like a totally different person who just, it was like a fucking crackhead who had literally no idea what they were doing at all. I was like, holy fucking shit, dude. So And it was even worse because it's like, bro, these are my friends. I'm like, these aren't just random people. I'm like, I don't want these people to die or some shit. So I bet I'm gonna get a fucking lot of comments that are like, bro, you should have fucking like told his parents immediately. But whatever, bro, I was an idiot. And so he, like, after I grab him and I bring him back into the fucking room, I sit him down for 2 seconds. He immediately jumps back up again like fucking Spider-Man. And fucking, I'm just like, dude, I can't even handle this right now. I can't. And I just lay back down on the fucking couch. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. And he keeps running around the same fucking way, like out of the living room, through the door, into the bathroom, out of the bathroom, through the door, into the living room, right to the couch, and then back the same way over and over again. And he's just like, he's not really saying anything. He's just like, Steve. And I'm like, bro, I'm right fucking here. What are you doing? And so I'm laying back down on the couch and fucking, like, as he's doing these fucking laps around the goddamn basement, he fucking runs to the couch and my face is like on the armrest and he jumps up in the air like Peter fucking Parker, puts his foot on my fucking cheek and just like launches off of my face with one foot into the air, lands on his feet on the ground, and immediately runs back into the bathroom, and then back into the room, and then back into the bathroom, and then back into the fucking room. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, I'm gonna die here. I was like, there's no fucking way we make it out of tonight, bro. It's just not fucking happening. And fucking, so like, that happens, and then immediately after that, like, and like, you guys probably forgot that there was another fucking person in this story, but Trevor's fucking still sitting on the couch, and I'm just feeding him water. I'm like keeping the lights off for him. I'm trying to calm him down. I'm like, bro, just chill. He's talking to me at this point a little bit. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm good. He's like, I don't really feel good right now. I think I just need to like chill, and I want to go. I just want to go to sleep. And I was like, yeah, no, I get you, bro. Like, if he was showing me signs of literally fucking dying, I would have gone and got his parents no matter what. I would have been like, yo, we're dying down here. Like, the fuck? I'm not a dumbass. It's like, I knew how to fucking handle the situation to the point where I was like, if something needs to be done, I will do something about it. But at this point, I'm like, pretty sure I can try to take care of the boys. Maybe not at this point anymore after fucking Corey just fucking Spider-Man'd off my face, but so I'm like, but yeah, Trevor's fucking parents came to the top of the stairs and they're like, Trevor. And he doesn't say anything. He just sits there on the couch with the throw up still all over the blanket, just not saying shit. He's just looking at me. And fucking Corey's still running around and shit. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I look at Trevor, I'm like, dude, you gotta go upstairs and talk to your parents right now. You like you need to. They're calling you up there. And he's like, he just looks at me and shrugs. He's like, He's like, he just fucking shrugs and like shakes his head a little bit. He's like, no. I'm just like, bro, what do you mean you don't know? And like, they call him like 5-10 times, and I keep telling him like, bro, you gotta go talk to them or we're all fucked. And so, like, you know, he never goes up, and they come down the stairs. I hear them fucking walking down the stairs, and Corey's still fucking, like, running back and forth through the basement, same as he was in plain view. And they're fucking, like, his mom and Trevor's mom and Trevor's dad walk in, and they're just like, they look at him, and they're just like, what the fuck is he on? They look at Trevor and they're like, what did you give him? And Trevor's not saying anything. He's not saying anything. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. He's just sitting there, not saying shit. And I'm like, I'm looking at him like, dude, what the fuck? You're not gonna say anything to your parents? You're just gonna what? I was like, I don't even know what to do now. Fucking, and I'm just like, I'm just fucking sitting there, and they keep asking. They're like, what did he do? What did he do? Sorry, that was a fucking Rick Sanchez burp, guys. You might not have even heard it. I'm filming this on an iPhone. But fucking, so like, what was I? Yeah, fucking, but no, yeah, so they keep asking him. They're like, what did you give him? And he's not saying shit. And Corey is still running back and forth. Like, he fucking, and then he runs. Like, he does the lap. into the bathroom, and then back on to the couch. He does the same jump on the couch that he did, like, as if... I don't even know that he knew that I was on the couch. He was doing the jump the exact same way every time. I think he just happened to land on my face perfectly in, like, 2. It was fucked up. But, so, he does the lap, jumps on, like, runs onto the couch, jumps off of the fucking, like, back of the couch, lands on the floor again, like last time when he jumped off my face, runs and, like literally how Spider-Man, like, jumps in the air with his arms at his side and his legs tucked, like, underneath his ass. He fucking, like, Spider-Man leaps. Just doesn't grab her or anything. Just, like, body slams Trevor's fucking mom. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So, like, right after fucking Corey, like, Spider-Man jumps into Trevor's fucking mom, Trevor, who, like, remember, he hasn't fucking moved a single inch this whole entire story, stands up, and while Corey is fucking, like, fucking roly-polying on the ground, fucking Trevor stands up, walks over to Corey, punches that motherfucker in the face one time, goes back to the couch, sits down, doesn't say a single word, and just looks at me. Doesn't do anything else. And he just sits there for the rest of the whole entire event. Bro, and she falls over, he falls over, he's, like, on his back like a fucking turtle, and I'm just like, we just started war. I'm just like, war just started, and I'm just sitting here watching it. And then they keep asking, they're like, what did you give him? And he, like, Trevor's just not saying shit. He's not saying anything at all. And eventually I step up, I'm like, like, his mom's screaming at this point, and I'm like, ma'am, I think he took LSD, but I don't know. I knew damn well. I was like, I don't know what they took, man, but I don't know. And he's, like, freaking out, like Corey's like, after that happened, Corey fucking, like, is running outside, like, into the backyard and screaming like he's about to get murdered by Trevor's fucking parents. Like, he was literally like, help me, please, fucking, they're trying to kill me and shit. And fucking Trevor's mom's just like, all right, I'm calling the fucking cops. And I'm like, well, I'm fucking black and on drugs, and the only person that knows what the fuck is going on out of the 3 of us right now. So I'm gonna go the fuck home, bro. And I won't lie, at first they gave me shit for it, but after, like, a week, they were like, no, yeah, that makes fucking sense. I'm not going to the hospital, I'm going to jail. It's like, I'm perfectly fucking fine at this point. I'm like, I'm not going to jail on acid where I already think I'm dying. And fucking, so I'm just like, right when they say that, I'm just like, I'm dipping, and I fucking, like, turn around, I grab my backpack, I start putting everything in there. I left my fucking, like, JBL speaker there, but and everything, but I was, like, in such a rush, I was like, I just need to get the fuck out of here and go home, bro. And so I'm, like, grabbing all my shit. I get it on the bag. I'm, like, fumbling around. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get out of here fast. I don't want to take too long. The fucking cops might already be on the way. And I pack all my shit, and I'm walking up the stairs to leave, and I totally expected them to, like, stop me from leaving. But fucking Trevor's mom just looks at me, and she's like, are you gonna be okay? And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. Just worry about them. And she's like, all right, just be safe. And fucking, so I leave, and I'm, like, walking down the fucking, I'm outside now. I'm in the neighborhood, and I'm fucking terrified. I'm like, holy shit. And I walk, like, across the street, and then I realize I forgot my speaker, and I'm like, fuck, should I go back for it? And I hesitated for 2 seconds, and I was like, no, fuck that, I'm not going back. And then I just kept walking, and for, like, 3 or 4 blocks, man, all you hear is Corey in the backyard screaming. He's like, help me! Fucking help me, man! And I'm just like, oh my fucking God, bro. Like, that's us. I was like, what's happening behind me is us. And I was just fucking, I don't know, I think I might have been traumatized. I don't really know what being traumatized feels like, but it was fucked up. So, but I'm walking, right? And I'm like tripping fucking balls. And I look up in the fucking sky, and I see a police helicopter with a spotlight. And they're fucking, like, I don't know what they were doing. They were like, I think they were looking for somebody. But I, of course, thought they were fucking looking for me. So I'm looking up in the sky and shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God, bro, I'm about to get fucking murdered by the police. And fucking, so I call my, like, I called my homegirl at the time. We were, like, best friends in sophomore year. I know, some fucking gay shit. But we were, like, close as fuck. And so I call her. I'm like, dude. And she, like, knows all the people. Like, she knows Corey and Trevor, too. So it's, like, we're all mutual friends. That's why I called her. I'm like, you don't even know what just fucking happened to me. And I tell her the whole fucking story. And she's just like, what the fuck? Like, what happened to you guys? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, bro. So I talked to her for, like, maybe 5-10 minutes, but then I'm walking and she's just, like, on the phone trying to, like, keep me calm. And I was like, dude, I just gotta fucking go. I told her, I was like, I can't talk right now. I just need to, like, be alone or some shit. And I hang up the phone, and then immediately I call my boys, and I'm like, guys, like, and the boys are all like, these are the boys that would always come over on the weekends and trip with us. So it was like, you know, this is the one weekend they don't come and all hell breaks loose. And fucking, so I called them. I'm like, dude, you guys won't even fucking believe what just happened with me, Corey and Trevor. And I tell them the story, and they didn't believe me for like a good like 20 minutes. They did not believe me. They thought I was fucking joking. And I was like, bro, I'm not fucking kidding. It was because they all checked the snap maps, and it said that they were, like, that Corey and Trevor were still at Trevor's house. And I'm like, well, no shit, dude. They probably left their fucking phones there. And so I I'm just like, because I didn't know if I could even go home at that point, because I thought it was too late. I thought my parents were going to be like, nah, you got to fucking find somewhere else to sleep tonight. So I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. And they're at another homie's house named Michael, who lives, like, closer to my house, and they're all, I think they were tripping too, but they took better shit than us, obviously, because they didn't die. And fucking, so they're like, yeah, bro, we'll come get you from the train station. Just go to the train station, we'll come get you. And I'm like, all right, like, thank you guys. I'm like, fucking bet. So I'm at the train station, like, waiting, and I was so fucking scared. I went up to a police officer, and I was like, when is the next train coming? And he told me, he's like, oh, it's coming in like 5-10 minutes. And I was like, thank you. And I was just fucking, it was fucked up, man. And I'm just like, so I sit there, I wait like 2 seconds for the train, and immediately I called my mom. I was like, you know what, bro? The only person that I can really fucking, like, I don't know. I was just freaking out, man. I was just calling everybody that I could to, like, help me fucking deal with this fucked up situation. Now, I couldn't tell my mom that I was on acid either at all. Like, she didn't, at this point, she thought I only smoked weed, so it was like, I didn't want to fucking tell her that. But, so, like, I call her, and then they pick up, and they're just like, where the fuck are you? They're like, what's going on? And I'm like, I was like, can you pick me up from, like, one of the stations that's, like, further away from my house? And they're like, yeah, we'll come get you. And then they pick me up, and they're like, why'd you need to get picked up? And I was like, oh, I just had to leave early. And they're like, fucking, my dad's like, did you forget any of your shit there? I don't know why he asked this. He never asked me shit like that. And he was like, did you forget any of your stuff there? And I was like, yeah, I forgot my speaker. And he's like, well, we got to go back and get it then, so I don't have to fucking drive you there tomorrow. And I'm like, I can just go get it, like, tomorrow on foot or on my bike. And he's like, no, let's just go get it now. And then I'm, like, sitting there, like, trying not to explain why we can't go back to Trevor's fucking house. And I'm just like, and then eventually I'm like, yeah, something happened tonight. And I told them that they did acid. I was just an innocent bystander. So fucking my mom was like, oh my God, I'm so happy that you're okay, and don't ever do that kind of shit, you know? She's like, I told you about hanging around with bad people and all that nonsense. But I just fucking, I didn't end up going to the boys. I had my parents just come get me, and I was like, I just want to go fucking home tonight. And apparently I learned this all, like, after it all happened. After I left, the cops showed up, and Trevor and Corey both fought the cops, both got tased, and Trevor ended up breaking one of the cops' fingers, which he eventually, like, 2 years later ended up getting, like, probation for. But in the moment when he went to court for that, they said that they couldn't charge him because he was so under the influence. And he told the fucking court that he thought all of the cops were Jimmy John's workers trying to attack him. That's what he told me, at least. It sounds fucking ridiculous, but that's what he said. So, yeah, but, yeah, they all got fucking tased, and then they got taken to the hospital, and when the doctor, like, tested their blood and did their blood work, they said that they were pretty sure there was meth in the acid. I didn't find this out till, like, 2 or 3 days later, so I was just sitting at my house, like, wondering if my friends were fucking dead. And I was just kind of like, oh, what the fuck? And I don't know. It was really fucking traumatizing, but I still do acid to this day. Still love acid dearly. You know, don't let like one or two of those terrible, maybe really bad fucking scenarios ruin the whole thing for you. Make sure you get a test kit. Make sure you're going to be safe about it. You know, I've had other experiences where I've done lay shit and I didn't know because I wasn't smart enough to get my own test kits. But now I know, and now I'm here to tell you guys that you should be doing the same shit. Because, you know, there's a lot of people dying of fucking, like, lay shit, fucking fentanyl and all this bullshit. And, you know, like, research chemicals when it comes to LSD and all that. So, you know, just be smart about this shit. If you're going to fucking get into doing psychedelics and smoking and all that shit, you know, just be smart about it. Don't be a fucking dumbass. Like, get a test kit. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're taking. Make sure you can trust the person you're getting it from. So, it was definitely a big lesson learner for me. I've had 2 other close, like, near-death experiences off of acid, but I will save those for another fucking day. If you guys want to hear those stories, though, drop a like and a subscribe, please. And I appreciate you guys for watching this video. This is a little longer one because my last video was fucking dog shit. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my beautiful fucking voice through the speakers of your phone or your TV or your fucking headphones or your fucking like Bluetooth vibrator. I don't know. Fucking, so yeah, but thanks again for fucking watching. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Peace out.
I'ma send me addict. The way I finna fuck that 30, they thought that shit was an automatic. They don't want no static. But I put the static in static shock. He ain't coming right, get shot in the face and I leave before the body drops. I'm on the party, awful a couple of beans. I love the Molly pop. Shoot the party up, then drive off in the sunset. That's some beautiful shit. Put the codeine on the rocks. If you reach for my chain, you get hit with the Glock. Working all day, all night, nigga, non-stop. Pull up with the fall lights, can't see nothing.